And this is kind of a hard concept just because it's different. So I'm not going to make it super difficult. So this is absolute value with terms outside the bars. So I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you an easy example. Okay? Okay. So there's a difference between this and what we've been doing. We've been doing this, right? Okay. This is not the same thing, right? There's a different order that you do things. Absolute value is kind of it's kind of like a parentheses, but you can't do the distributor property with it. So it's kind of its own thing. It's kind of protected. And so when we're doing problems with absolute value is that you got to clean up everything before you deal with the absolute value. Okay? I always like to look at it like this is like a safe house. Okay? And then outside the safe house there might be, it depends on what you like. It could be like zombies, or it could be the enemy, it could be the bad guys, whatever. I like to look at them as zombies. This X is inside the house, and there's zombies outside the house. Are you going to do anything? Or are you going to stay in the house if there's zombies outside? You're going to stay in the house, right? So if somehow you could get rid of those zombies, then you could maybe do something, right? And so the first thing that we do is we're going to get rid of everything outside the bars that we can. And we already know how to do that. -2. Okay? Once everything outside of the safe house is gone, then we can split. And it doesn't mean the same thing as it used to mean in the 80s, but split means leave. So once it's safe outside, then we can split and we can leave. In this case, we split and we do the same thing we did before. And that's what I'm adding. Okay? Adds a little bit of complication. Okay? So let's try something that's a little bit harder. So this one is going to be x plus 4. Okay, and you can't see that, which is okay. All right, so again, this is kind of like a safe house. It's protected. We're not going to do anything if there's something outside. And so I like to look at this. This is not adding, right? This means multiplication. Some people really badly want to do the distributive property, but you can't with the absolute value. It doesn't work that way. And even if we were going to do it with the absolute value, there's an easy way to do this. So I like to look at this as like, you're hanging out in your house with your 4 friends, and then there's a couple zombies looking in your window. That's a bad situation, right? So what do you got to do if you got zombies outside your house? You got to divide them, right? That's what happens in the movies is you divide the zombies, right? Usually with some form of weapon. We are not going to be violent like that. We're going to just use division. So you start out with that. You just divide. Okay, now that all the zombies are gone, you can go ahead and split it. You don't have to draw this arrow. I just like to. Makes me happy. And sometimes when you're doing math, that's really what's important. Some people draw little pictures in their notes. It makes them happy. That's fine too. Okay. Okay. Shh. Is that it? Is that it? Is that all I'm adding? That's it. We're going to try to finish the rest of this worksheet.